You're listening to Qwerpline here on QWRP-FM. Qwerpline this week is brought to you by Mario Flaherty's Larry Disparity, a bleak burlesque show exposing the frailties of modern life and the human condition. Mario Flaherty's Larry Disparity. Marvel at their temerity.
Good morning, Innsbruck, and welcome to Qwerpline. Big G Money here with His Honor the Aldersman, A-Train. How's it going?
You don't need to call me that, G-Star.
It does somewhat mess with my flow, but until I get the notarized document from Thurpston County Council, I legally do.
Well, I put a triple rush on the paperwork, but they're still dragging their heels. Welcome to bureaucracy.
And to you at home, welcome to Qwerpline, broadcasting from scenic Innsbruck, the second best Miami. Of course, the Innsbruck Tourism Board won the right to use that slogan after defeating Lesser Miami in a sideball tournament in 1979.
And they're still sore about it to this day. Ha! Eat it.
Yeah, since then they've been stuck with the slogan, still legally a Miami. So it's not really surprising they'd be so upset.
I think they would have been smart enough to change the slogan after all this time.
Yeah, maybe they could contract the Innsbruck Tourism Board. They seem to have a lot of time on their hands.
They don't outsource.
And now the news. Disaster on the Shaughnessy River yesterday, as there was a collision and subsequent melee between what officials are calling a Sapphic adventure barge and a replica Scandinavian U-boat with spinners welded to the side.
Floating on dubs.
Not anymore. That submersible is not going anywhere anytime soon. While crew and passengers from both vessels were treated for injuries, there were no fatalities, unless you count beavers, which, for tax purposes, the city of Innsbruck does, so there were 25 fatalities.
A public service will be held on Sunday at the town hall, with reception to follow at the town hall.
And we'd like to remind motorists that the Shaughnessy River is really not that wide, and to take extra caution when traveling upon it. This message brought to you by the Innsbruck Volunteer Coast Guard.
I thought they were largely ceremonial.
That's actually not the case, Alex. A lot of people think that, but ever since Innsbruck became landlocked, the Volunteer Coast Guard has jurisdiction over the Shaughnessy River, the Chumble floodplain, the Innsbruck culvert grid, every storm drain from East Sump Acres to just outside the Julesburg city limits, and, owing to some oddly specific wording from the ratification of the Volunteer Coast Guard, a smattering of bathtubs in Raster Heights.
What, not the pool?
No, Gordon hates raccoons.
It's one guy! Really? That's his only job. I could do better than that.
Well, I mean, it's a volunteer position. You could.
Got my hands full already, thanks.
In other news, it's the Q4 holiday season, so the city has once again uncondemned Nattering Pines Shopping Mall for all your shopping needs.
So grab yourself a hard hat and bring the kids.
And among the exciting things for you and your family to see at the mall, you can get your picture taken with your choice of 12 Santas. There are festive sales across the board everywhere from Camel Cove Caramel Collective to the Tchotchke Hut. The food court is having a How Much Can You Drink eggnog competition.
Pro tip, it's less than you think.
And the food court fountain has been converted into a deep fry cauldron for the traditional frying up of the turduckcoons.
Here's hoping they remember to scald the fur off this time.
Well, they don't. I mean, that's why the raccoon is the core. You can just sort of eat around it.
We have some odd traditions around here, don't we?
Whatever you say, Your Honor. Speaking of the fourth quarter holidays, it's time to go over to our summer intern Derek, who's at Innsbruck High School, where they are preparing for tonight's annual fourth quarter holiday dance. How's it going, Derek?
Well, I mean, I'm back at the high school like you told me, but last time I left, they said I didn't have to come back anymore, so I don't know if this is okay. I'm not going to get in trouble, am I?
No, Derek, you're fine. You're not there to attend the school. You're just reporting on prepping for the dance.
Okay, well, I'm near the gymnasium right now, and the doors are wide open, so I'll just go in, and we'll see who's left in the school.
What do you mean, who's left?
Well, after I graduated, they said everybody was leaving.
Derek, you know they get a new class every year, right?
Oh, wow! That's Mrs. Snufstitch. She used to be the principal when I was here.
Why, Derek, I'm still the principal.
No, that's not true. That's impossible. I thought we were all graduating together, Mrs. Snufstitch.
Oh, Derek, you're always so creative. But now that you've graduated, you can call me Susan.
No!
Hi there, Derek. Is this the interview? I've always wanted to be on the radio.
Who are you?
I'm Lance Clint, and I'm the student council president.
No, that's not right. Toby McCoy's the student council president.
Who's he talking about, Mrs. Snufstitch?
This isn't right. I didn't vote for you. I'm going to tell everyone on the radio you're a fraud.
Oh, no! What's that going to do to my credibility, both street and otherwise?
Hold on now, boys. Now, Lance, Derek is here from QWRP, where he works now.
He's just the summer intern.
He's here to interview us about the fourth quarter dance. Lance, why don't you tell him about all of your plans?
The fourth quarter dance is the most romantic of all dances of the quarterly holiday festivals. So I've been working really hard to make sure we get a boss DJ and some lights and a smoke machine and some glow sticks so that everyone can wave them around as they rave all night. Well, actually not all night, all afternoon, because we have to shut down before 9.
A rave? We never had one of those. We had Grandpa Thrum come in with his accordion. We had to line dance for 3 hours.
You gotta stay up with the times, old man.
I'm 19.
I know. Well, line dancing's all fine and good, but I thought with the rave, with all the bumping and the grinding and the wild flailing, I might be able to make it to accidental second base with Melody Yum.
Well, that's not right. Sideball punters don't touch bases. They have to tap the ring.
You've been to a fourth quarter dance before. I'm hoping for that later.
Okay, Lance, we're going to have a long talk after this radio interview is over about the darkness and flailing you've got planned, and I just want to point out that if you try to get fresh with Melody Yum, she's going to clean break your arms.
So is the dance happening or what?
Because it sounds like it maybe shouldn't.
No, the dance is still happening. I'm going to text Grandpa Thrum as soon as I'm off the phone, and just 1 second. All right, now, Lance, why don't you go wait for me in my office? And Derek, do you have any other questions?
Since I came back here, do I get to pick different electives this time? I don't want to do shop again. Not after what happened with the leather punch.
Derek, I am so impressed and surprised that you have a full-time job now.
Thanks, Mrs. Snuffstitch. I'll see you in first period.
Thank you, Derek. So it sounds like if you want to head to the Innsbruck High School fourth quarter dance, actually sounds worth it just to see what the heck's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to dance to Grandpa Thrum's music with glow sticks.
Also, isn't Grandpa Thrum epileptic?
Ooh, someone should tell them.
Well, it can't be us because now it's time for the weather with Sadie Casperson. How's it going today, Sadie?
Well, it's fantastic because it's unseasonably warm and incredibly rainy.
For differing values of fantastic, I guess.
As our listeners are no doubt aware, if they look out their windows, it is pouring buckets outside. That's going to continue for the rest of the week. On Tuesday, it's going to be rainy. On Wednesday, we're looking at showers. On Thursday, we have a light drizzle, moving into a heavy drizzle, moving into a torrential downpour. And on Friday, double rain.
Does that mean it'll rain twice or twice as much?
Both.
It works out to 4 times as much.
What brought on this unseasonable weather, Sadie?
Well, Graham, there's a couple of explanations for it. Your average meteorologist would probably say it's a high-pressure front combining with warm air coming up from the south. But what I think it is divine vengeance.
Go on.
Vengeance for what, though?
Oh, have you seen this town? I mean, there's debauchery, there's lawlessness, weightlessness, there's Ball Hinckley's perfumes.
Well, this place does kind of smell like brimstone.
I was thinking more of the ones that smell like coochies. Innsbruck has become a den of sin. And to boot, we've forgotten the true meaning of the fourth quarter.
Well, Sadie, thank you.
Or it could be climate change. But no matter which way it shakes out, may God's mercy be upon us, you filthy sinners. Bye, guys.
Wow.
You want to go to church?
Will Sadie be there?
She can't be in all of them at once. Yeah, let's not risk it.
But speaking of being judged by men in the sky, it's time to check in with Richter Hammock Slam of the QWRP. Speaking of being judged by men in the sky, it's time to check in with Richter Hammock Slam up in the QWRP traffic quopter. How's it going up there, Richter?
Warm and moist, Graham.
What is that noise? Richter, what's going on up there?
As you should know, once every quarter, the QWRP traffic quopter is grounded for routine maintenance. But no force on this earth can keep me from my rightful place amongst the birds.
Except for that time you were in a fan boat.
That was by choice, Alex, and also there were ducks.
How are you in the air, Richter?
Thermals, Graham. Thermals acting upon the miracle that is the hang glider. And those sounds you hear are the tiny pitter-pat feet of raindrops landing upon my wings.
You're riding the thermals? How long have you been up there?
Thanks to the unseasonably warm weather, I've been up here for over 7 hours now. However, I will need to return to Earth's cold embrace soon to remove some liquid ballast by taking the largest piss of my life.
Richter, I admire your restraint. I'm surprised you haven't just let go mid-flight.
Oh my god, how have I not thought of this sooner?
Richter, no.
Oh, the sweet relief! I could probably stay up here for another 7 hours if I so desired.
Eyes on the prize, Richter. Traffic.
Well, if you're driving on Highway 3 right now, watch out!
Gross.
Back to you!
Usually it's figurative when Richter does that to us.
And with that, it is almost time for the break. When we come back, tonight in the square, the Berg Scouts are officiating the lighting of the fourth quarter tree.
Let's hope it catches this time.
They haven't been marinating in white gas for the last 3 days for nothing.
Ooh, va-va-va-voom.
And we'll be hearing from Jimmy Jam's Afternoon Jams and the Prank Patrol as they've taken all the fire extinguishers near Town Square and replaced them. Oh my god, we need to warn them.
Gus, fill time. We gotta go be heroes.
More Qwerpline after this?
You're listening to Qwerpline here on QWRP-FM. Thanks again to our sponsor, Mario Flaherty's Larry Disparity, a bleak burlesque show exposing the frailties of modern life and maybe some other things. Mario Flaherty's Larry Disparity. They've got great dexterity.